We're here. We're in.
Is it going? Welcome to the Rad Dudecast, episode 4. I'm Brendan Eyre. Dirt dog.
Oh, the dog is back.
The dog is back. I'm here with Anthony Devito.
Hello.
Greg Stone.
Yep.
What's happening?
You're burping
Why?
like a maniac.
I went through that chicken salad bagel way too fast.
But you don't. I don't even notice you burping in normal life, and then we get...
No, I burp all the time.
The podcast starts, and he's burping.
Straight into the microphone.
I can't stop. It's disgusting, I know, but I
don't think it's disgusting. It's just that
It's unusual.
it is unusual.
Really? You guys don't hear me burp? I burp like all the time, I feel like.
Do you live with him, Greg?
This is
he?
disgusting. I can't do this.
You got to stop burping.
I'm trying, man.
You're
Well,
not
it might
trying. I
just be
see
the
you making
hiccups.
that's not the hiccups. You're forcing it out.
I'm not. Do I just keep it in?
Did you
No,
ever know
that's
one of
you
those kids
swallow
that
it.
burped the alphabet?
Yeah, I was jealous of them, and as I got older, I realized there's nothing to be jealous about.
Ugh, couldn't agree more. Like I used to be jealous of the kids who had lines shaved into the side of their head.
Yeah.
You get older and you say, "Oh, I'm glad my mom didn't let me have lines shaved in the side of my head."
One time, my friend, a Filipino friend, took a pizza cutter, those like round guys, and did it on the side of my head and told me I had lines on the side of my head. So the whole day I was freaking out until I got home, and my brother was like, he was just pranking you. You don't have lines in the head because he took a pizza cutter to my head.
You thought
What?
You thought that just rolling a pizza cutter on your head had cut lines in your head?
Yeah, because he was like, you want lines? And then he came over and he pizza cutted me. What?
Wouldn't that cut you?
No, because it's just, it's not that sharp. It's those roller guy. It's those roller guy. The roll to make
Yeah,
the
I know what you're
slices.
talking about. Was this at school?
No, we were in his basement with my brother, and then they were all laughing at me, being like, you have those lines in your head now. No, they look good. And I was like, I can't. My mom's going to yell at me. I didn't know what to do, so I just walked around the block a bunch of times crying. And then I eventually went home, and my mom was like, what are you crying for? And I go, I have all these lines in my head. And Mom was like, oh, God, I don't know what you're talking about. Just go upstairs. And she explained to me that I had no lines in my head.
That's funny.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, no, you can't. I'll tell you what I did one time. Elementary school, I was a little self-conscious because I had these like little sideburns, and I thought to myself, like, none of the other kids had sideburns. Like, they were short, but I'm like, I'm too young to have sideburns. See, Anthony, that's what you do. Greg just burped. He turned his head away from his microphone like a gentleman, burped, came right back on mic.
I thought we were being honest.
That's
honest.
true.
with
We
this
are being
podcast.
honest, but I don't think burping in a mic is being honest.
Well, it's letting everyone know that I burp too. You know what I mean? I'm sure we got listeners out there who burp as well.
They're dry heaving in their cars right now.
I think a lot of them are probably happy about it. I think we're getting a lot of emails from people that are like, I'm glad to see that you burp as well, because I too also burp. I didn't want to think you were some Hollywood elitist who runs around town not burping, who doesn't even have gas problems.
So all you burpers out there, it's the raddudecast@gmail.com. Weigh in on your
Emails in your burps.
Yeah, your burps. So I had these sideburns, and none of the other kids had sideburns, So I sneak upstairs to my dad and mom's bathroom, and I find my dad's razor, give it a little sideburn shave, right?
Boy.
Shave the sideburn, shave the other sideburn, realize, went a little higher on that side, better even it out over on the other side. Go to even her out. Oh, shoot, went a little too high on that side. Go back to the other side. I keep going higher and higher. Next thing you know, I've got just a razor width, negative 3-inch sideburns, all the way up to the top of my head on each side, just a rectangle of skin, because I was too young to stop. You got to stop. This is getting crazy. My mom made me go to school like that because we couldn't go to the barber till the next day. I had to go to school with skin, negative 3-inch sideburns.
I'll tell you, I was in the opposite class. I wanted nothing more than to have huge sideburns.
Really? Oh, yeah.
7th, 8th grade, I had some giant sideburns, and I remember being like, this is who I am. This is my personality. I'm the sideburns guy. So happy to be here. No one and other people started getting sideburns, and I was like, yeah. You got to shave those because I'm the sideburns guy. And I just remember saying to myself, I will always have these sideburns. I don't have them anymore, and I kind of look back. I'm a little upset.
Well, I was earlier. This was like 3rd grade. I could see
You
in
had
middle
that kind
school.
of facial hair?
Yeah, it was fucked up, man. I think I had hair on my belly in 6th grade.
Really?
Maybe. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm like a goat.
Yeah.
I'm like some kind of Greek goat. I'm not even Greek.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably
I don't know if their goats are Greek.
no. Well, I see them on things of yogurt.
Yeah, I feel like there are goats in Greece.
Sure, there are goats everywhere. You could bring a goat anywhere, and he's not going to have a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
You could really.
You never.
You think they're importing goats
Hey,
in Greece?
man, goats aren't natural to any real country. They're just African, and people took them because they're great for their milk and their sheen.
They have a great sheen, and you never go anywhere. You never go someplace and somebody says a goat could not live in this climate. A goat can live anywhere.
I do, yeah, because they eat like razors, right?
Yeah,
Not
they
razors,
eat
but
garbage.
They eat like garbage.
They mainly hang
They
out
eat
in
everything.
garbage dumps.
Are they the number one? This is kind of gross, but are they the number one like go-to animal that farmers have sex with? Like
That's a
or is
sheep.
that Sheep. Oh, okay.
But a goat is a male sheep, so
I don't know if that's true.
of course it's true.
No, I think you have a billy goat and a she goat. I think a goat and a sheep is a different
A
animal.
billy goat is a little goat. A mountain goat is in the mountain. These are all the male goats. And a sheep is a woman.
Don't sheeps have curly hair, right?
They all
Billy goats have like
See,
beards.
I think a goat and a sheep is a different thing.
I don't think that.
I think they are because those are two different words. So wouldn't inherently they have to be?
No,
different
you have a
things?
lot of things that are different. You have like a male cat is a dog.
That's what you thought.
I
that's
always
right.
thought. I always thought that, but I did get corrected on that very at an older age than I should have been.
Okay, so
Would
let's,
you get frustrated when people called them cats and not female dogs?
No, I don't know. I mean, when I was little, not much really was registering, so I was just going on my way, thinking things, and no one was correcting me.
Okay, let's clarify this because I
fun.
don't know, because we've heard this before, so I don't know if we clarified this enough for our viewers. Greg, if you could explain, when you were a kid, you thought that dogs and cats were the same, the cats were the girls, and the dogs were the boys.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that very much so. I don't understand why. That's funny. I thought everyone thought that, but I learned at an older age that I was wrong, like 6th grade, like something that was like, oh my god, yeah, you guys are right. I can't believe I thought that, but I thought it at much older because I was like, how the hell are these dogs having sex with these cats? They're too big.
They're too big.
So what did you? Oh, okay. So what about like dogs that didn't have like a penis?
I'm not check. You know what? I wasn't a freak kid. I wasn't
Yeah.
looking at the
What? Okay. Well,
I still have a
okay.
hard time. I'm just starting to realize now that the dogs with a lot of nipples are women.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The ones
Yeah,
that have like
yeah.
a bunch of nipples, those are women for feeding.
Right, but they're pregnant or else have had, like, they don't all have nipples. They don't.
I was wondering about that.
They
Why-
like grow out or something. Because you don't see all female dogs. I think their nipples are hidden a little bit.
So you tell me that I can go somewhere and find a bunch of nipples that fell off of a cat?
That's a good question. Yeah,
Where
probably.
just like on the street?
I don't know. I feel like they'd be good. They'd be really chewable,
Yeah,
like a treat.
like a treat, like a nipple,
like
But
calamari.
that's
like calamari.
I don't. There's not much grosser than the idea of you finding a cat nipple on the street and just eating it and chewing it.
I don't think you could swallow it though. It's one of those things you got to just chew on, and then you get the flavor out and you spit it out.
I bet those are delicacies in certain countries.
Cat nipples?
Cat nipples? I bet.
Gotta be, because they're eating every kind of the animal.
Because like, what are there countries that worship cats? Like Egypt?
Yeah,
worship
Egypt
cats?
loves cats.
Egypt.
Yeah, I don't
bet
know if they
eat a bunch
still
of cat
do.
nipples.
Well, I don't know because in India they worship cows and they won't eat any part of the cow.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, is there any countries that despise cats? Like they're the enemy?
America, I hate cats, and I know a bunch of people who hate cats.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say here,
So you should start eating cat nipples.
I should. I ever tell you that time where I had my stepdad put me in the basement, and we had this pregnant cat.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep,
You
you told us
told us
that.
that. That was the first
If
episode.
you haven't heard episode 1, go, ladies and gentlemen, go back and take a listen to that. Now, first story I want to bring up of today. You guys know that I love a noble criminal, right? And in my mind, a noble criminal is a criminal who doesn't hurt anyone, whose crimes are essentially victimless.
Let me correct you. I feel as though what you think a noble criminal is any one of them that gets away.
No. Because I don't like if a criminal kills someone, I'm not into that, or robs like a person. Yeah. I don't like that. But I like a good like bank robber who escapes. Anyone like that. So D.B. Cooper, okay? D.B. Cooper is a guy, not his real name. Okay, not his real name. His real name is unknown because to this day, this crime is unsolved. On Thanksgiving Eve, November 24th, 1971, D.B. Cooper boards a plane at Portland International Airport headed to Seattle. Okay? He drops a note. The plane's in the air. This guy's he's hanging out. He orders a, what does it say? He orders a bourbon and soda water. He lights a cigarette. He's hanging out in the back. Drops a note into the stewardess's purse, right? She just assumes it's some lonely guy giving her phone number. She doesn't read it. And he said, he pulls her over and he says, ma'am, you might want to read that note. I have a bomb. And so
then don't need a note. Now there's no need to read the note.
No need to read
because I just told you what the note says.
No need to read a note. So D.B. Cooper has the stewardess sit down.
You said his name is D.B. Cooper. We don't know his real name.
We don't know his real name.
But it's unsolved.
Let me give you the story.
Real quick, let me just say, probably the reason it's not solved is because they won't say his real name. Say his real name, it'll be done in a minute. We'll have this guy, we'll lock him up.
Okay, let me explain the story. So D.B. Cooper, he's known, this is great because nobody corrected this part of it ever. He buys the plane ticket under the alias Dan Cooper. When this story goes out at the time to the news, it was in the midst of the story happening. The kid operating the wire service, like the AP Wire News, was in a rush and fucked up trying to write Dan Cooper and wrote D.B. Cooper. And then it was never corrected. Again. Because it wasn't a real name anyway. So they were just like, well, it's D.B. Cooper. But that D.B. Cooper had nothing to do with anything. If anything, his fake name was Dan Cooper.
Another reason why this guy isn't caught.
Possibly. So long story short, this fella, just polite to everyone. Good guy. Is just nice to everyone. He has the plane land in Seattle. Okay, they land in Seattle. He had told the stewardess his demands. He wanted $200,000 and 4 parachutes. They land in Seattle. He lets everyone off the plane except for the flight crew. Okay. Which again, another check mark in my book. Great guy. Okay. He's letting all the innocents go. He's just keeping the pilots there. This guy then tells the pilots his flight plan in detail. He's got all these specifics about you gotta keep the plane at X amount of feet. Keep it at the slowest miles per hour this plane would go, which I think was something like. Let me take a
It's something unfathomable. It's usually like 700 miles an hour.
No, because this
was
like
60.
Well, this was way back then, though. So they were going like I think they were going 200 miles an hour.
The fastest you could imagine.
Which is very fast, but that for a jet airplane
that's
is slow. Yeah,
I did 160 in an RX-7 once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty fast. Bloomfield Avenue.
Fast.
So he gets the $200,000, right? He gets these 4 parachutes come on board, which was a smart move. Let me ask you this: why do you think he asked for 4?
For the flight crew.
Yes, he wanted to make. He wasn't planning on making anyone else jump out with him, but he knew
they wouldn't give him some bogeys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would say they don't give him the holy parachutes.
Super smart. If he makes them think he's going to make people jump with him, they won't give him a shit parachute.
Right.
Or they just say, "Here's this one. It's for you."
No. You take the red one.
Special one.
Red one. The other ones won't work for your body.
There's just a big they put names on them. Yeah. This one's for the pilot. No, yours is the one. It says DB on it. It's the one that
yours is the jar of mustard. That's yours. It's more lightweight.
Yours is the Dora the Explorer knapsack.
Yeah.
It's only cool people can see the parachute. Aren't you cool?
Tell me you're cool, DB.
So they take off. They're headed to Mexico. Something like 20 minutes in, he opens the door. He keeps all the pilots and everyone up front. He tells them they can't they can't get out.
Did he keep a stewardess, like for treats and things, or no?
No.
Yeah,
He let everyone go, just the pilots. And then
How many pounds are we talking usually?
let me see who all was on there.
A lot of people burping. A lot of people burping on this podcast right now. Or is that just Anthony doing double time?
No, that's other people.
Oh, as a matter of fact, they got down to 120 miles per hour.
That's Corolla speeds.
Yeah, that's
on.
not.
You can get a hooked up Corolla.
Topping out at a Prius.
120.
Well, that's speed.
So it doesn't say how many people were still on the plane. I think they've got the pilot. They have one flight attendant, a flight engineer, a
For
co-pilot, and the pilot. So 4 people and him. About 2 hours. 13.
Did he have a gun or anything? Oh, he
said he had a bomb.
He had
said
a note. A
Yeah.
note that said he had a
He
bomb.
had
And he
They said he had
showed
a
the
bomb.
lady something in his bag that resembled a
Oh,
bomb.
okay.
They don't know if it was a real
Right,
bomb.
right.
So about 33 minutes after takeoff, this door had been opened, but they were instructed not to come out, so they have no idea where he jumped out, right? But he jumped out. They eventually find he's gone. They turn around, come back. Guy's never found.
Wait a minute, but the door was closed behind him?
No, the door stayed open the whole
Wouldn't-
time.
So let me tell you what happened here. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah.
They never found him. You know what he
Right.
did? I'll find him first. Here's what he did. He opened the door, threw out all the cotton from the seat cushions, sewed himself into the seat. They land the plane. This guy just comes out of a chair when they're checking the plane.
That's an interesting theory. Now, they did thoroughly check the plane when
Inside
landed,
the
but they may
seats?
not. It doesn't say anything about checking.
I bet you the
Inside
captain
the
sat on a
seats.
chair that was actually him. And he said, like classic movie, like, we'll never find him. Sit down. And he's in the cushion.
Oh, shh. Oh, you just got me cooking on something real hot. Real hot, okay? Listen to this. Let me throw this theory out there. And I hadn't thought of this previously till you just made me think of something. What about this, my friend? The only people who ever saw D.B. Cooper, flight attendants, right?
Yeah.
What if there is no D.B. Cooper? They ring-rang this whole thing. The flight crew's in on it.
The 4 of them got
The
200
4
grand.
of them, nobody was ever there. They've got the money.
The 200 grand. Well, who'd they give the 200 grand to?
Him.
Him.
Well, no. They brought it. A guy brought it up and handed it to one of the flight attendants. So nobody saw DB Cooper.
Can you look up that flight
DB
attendant?
might mean Diane and Brenda.
Diane and Brenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure it doesn't say, but I'm sure they interviewed a lot of other passengers. I'm sure passengers saw this guy, but
They all let those
Yeah,
passengers
but who
off.
knows who is a plant, who's not a plant? Like you interview the right passengers, those people are saying they saw him. You know,
real.
Dude,
I'm
you
gonna
know
tell you
that
this. You're
thing
right.
goes deep.
You're
Yeah.
right. They never
He
found
was-
his body.
Dude, there was
never
never
found
a plane.
body.
There was never a plane.
There was never. This is
There was
the
never
real.
money.
There's never
This is just
money.
a story Brendan made up.
No.
Man, this is great.
Oh, if I could make
What a
up.
tale.
Yeah. But now it gets interesting. It gets interesting. In 1980, okay, so they search the. First of all, let me be clear on, unfortunately, what's most often true is the most obvious answer, which the FBI believed from the get-go, which was reviewing the conditions and circumstances. They believe that there's pretty much no way this guy survived.
From the jump.
From that kind of plane with his level of experience and that night
Wait,
condition.
how do we
do
know
they
his
know?
level of?
Yeah.
We don't
Well,
know his name.
There's
Yeah, what's up, man?
hey Mad Dog.
Mad Dog's here.
Mad Dog's here. We didn't know he was here. Now I feel bad. We're podcasting out.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
of course.
totally-
Yeah,
we
that's fine. We're
encourage it.
talking about DB Cooper, famous right guard for the Knicks.
No, he's not.
A right guard for the Knicks.
That's one of the greatest stories in the history of stories.
You know the story. Supposedly, he knows the story.
Yeah.
Mad Dog could be DB Cooper.
So here's the thing.
No one knows.
So they never find any evidence of him. They don't find his body, anything like that, where they're looking. 6 years later, some kid camping around the area where he would have jumped down found 3 packs of the money. He found $15,000 buried on a riverbank.
Oh my God! Did he keep it? Did he get to keep it?
What?
Did he get to
He
keep it?
eventually did get to keep it.
Really?
But that's weird.
What are you saying?
Does that mean DB likely died?
No, that means the kid's in on it.
You think the kid's in on it?
Yeah, the kid. Something with that kid, because after a certain amount of time, you get to keep the money.
Yeah, of course.
Something's going on here. Anthony's making plans.
No, Mad Dog was asking about cooking.
Oh.
Of course you can cook.
Yeah, it's your
Yeah,
house.
yeah, your
Yeah,
house.
man. It's your house.
Should we do a pause?
No.
No, we don't pause.
Yeah, we
Go
don't need to
through
do
the-
that.
Guys, just tell me what the fuck you need from me right now.
No, cook up a steak for yourself, man. Don't you even think about it.
Yeah.
Mistake.
All right. So what was the last thing we were talking about? This DB Cooper.
So-
What happened
I
with these
just
kids, man?
real quick. I just came up with a great T-shirt idea.
Okay.
Don't make a mistake. No, make a steak. Don't make a mistake. That's for my cooking
And it's like a
business.
steak in a dress.
Make a steak. Don't make a mistake.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
For
yeah,
cooking,
yeah.
for cookers, for line cooks. Help me out with this here. I know.
Well,
there's
no,
more
I
to
like
this.
what Anthony was saying. He's saying put the steak in a dress, a mistake.
Oh, mistake.
Yeah, make a
how you were getting
steak,
That's what I. That's what
not
I
a
said.
mistake.
That's what I said.
Oh,
that was my
that's
idea.
what you said.
That's what I said.
Oh, that's interesting. It's a real DB Cooper move.
Real
Greg
DB
Wilson.
Cooper.
Real ruse.
All
All
right.
right. Well, so wait, what happened? So these kids find.
So 6 years later, a kid camping with his dad is digging to start a fire on the riverbank, finds 3 packs of the money.
$10,000.
Right? 15 grand total, I believe. Now here's the interesting part. That's real interesting. So all the money was packed up in like $5,000 stacks, right? Of hundreds. One of the packs had 4 hundreds removed from it when they found it, almost as if DB had taken some of the money.
Well, yeah, wasn't it his money?
Well, yeah, but I mean, the
Why would
idea
he take
is
all
if
of
you
it?
just find this money where he fell, the idea
Right.
was he's dead. All the money just scattered.
Right.
Yeah,
but the idea that you would just take 4 bills
But he-
out makes it seem like he was probably
He
alive.
probably did that on purpose.
No, but
though,
if he was alive, he would take all of it. Why would he just take 400
to make
bucks?
you think he's dead.
No, it doesn't make sense because he took the rest of the money. So he's going to take
Definitely
what?
took the rest of the money.
If it's
yeah.
50, what do you say? It's 50,000, 200,000. So he's going to take 149,600.
No, it's 15,000, so 185,000.
Okay, well, the math. I'm saying,
Yeah.
but why take all that money and then minus the extra 400 bucks?
Yeah, it was weird.
I think what happened was they miscounted the money. They
Could
had to
be.
have.
Here's the other thing. Now, another interesting fact: none of they noted all of the serial numbers as
Okay.
they do in a hostage type situation.
Sure.
None of the serial numbers have ever popped up on anything. But I was thinking that doesn't mean shit.
Who
because
checks serial
who
numbers?
checks serial numbers?
Yeah, you're
right. What
buying
does that mean?
gas.
I'm gonna every bill I have, I'm gonna check it against the database of
No one's doing
DB
that.
Coopers.
They do that maybe if you're putting a lot of margin money into banks. But if you're just keeping that in a mattress, you're buying. Like I worked at Sears. I never checked things at Sears. I never checked serial numbers at Sears.
No,
The serial number of what?
The bill.
the bill.
Plus, I scratch off all the serial numbers on my bills.
The first time you get him.
Yep, as soon as I get them, scratch them off. Yeah, I
What
want
do
to be
you
tracked.
use for that?
Huh?
What do you use for that?
Just a scissor. I cut a big square at every bill. You're getting a bill with me with missing a big part of it.
do you?
I'll tell you this trick I know. And I'll tell you
Yeah,
this
yeah,
another
yeah.
trick.
Yeah.
If you bring to a bank 50% or more of a bill, they'll give you the whole bill. So what you do is you cut it in such an angle that it looks as if it's 50% around.
Yeah.
Then you're doubling bills.
Double
so for
your money.
$1, you're getting $2. You just do this for hours. You just keep going back with, hey, I got all these cut up bills. And
Yeah.
you'll make $1 million if you have $500,000.
Is that will they really do that?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know they say they're supposed to do that. Like there's always lots of stuff you're supposed to be able to do that doesn't seem like you can actually do. Like have you ever heard someone tell you like, you can pay for things with postage stamps? You
No.
ever heard
Really?
someone say
I've
one of
never heard
those?
that. Is that real?
I've
No
heard
one's
it
ever said
but
that you
it's
can pay for
definitely
something
not
in
real.
postage.
You can't pay for.
That's not real. Some crazy person said that to
maybe
you
in
once.
the Old West. Like
You
the
can't pay
days,
for anything
like,
in postage
before
stamps.
money. Prison. Yeah, that's another postage stamps. Oh man.
Who told you could pay for something in postage stamps? That's a lie.
I've heard people say that postage stamps are a legal currency. It's definitely
Who's
a
paying
lie.
for things in
You
stamps?
can't pay for stuff with postage stamps.
I'm going to do that. We should go to this. We should go to take this one on the road. Get a bunch of postage stamps. Try to buy some chips. I think.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
So
Now-
what happens with this DB Cooper? guy?
Nothing. Nothing.
So that's it.
It's
So
just a
this one
legend. It's a
tale
legendary unsolved case. Now the FBI.
thing. Because the
No, it's 24 minutes. We spent 24 minutes on this story.
You're done with the D.B. Cooper story?
No, I like
love
it.
this story.
It's a good story, but we have other stories, though.
Greg's giving us a wrap up the story sign. I thought I liked this story.
All right. I think we're moving on.
What?
Let's not
really
talk.
burping.
Are you gonna you're gonna be out me about the burping?
You're really burping.
He burped earlier. No one said anything.
Because he burps.
Off screen. I burp off screen.
Bullshit. I saw him burp on the microphone.
No, I turned it off. You didn't see my finger turn off the
You
mic.
didn't
Oh,
see
that's
his
such a
finger.
load of horse shit.
You
That he's
like
trying
this.
to fool you with that. That's not true at all.
It's a magic trick I could do.
That's no magic trick.
It's magic. You think I could just change my voice like that? Oh, you can't hear me in the headphones. To you, it's just a solid blast. No.
What do you mean? How
I'm
are you
going,
changing your voice? Do it again.
I'm turning off the mic. What they're hearing at home is a bunch like that.
All right. Well, let's give someone a little bit. Stop playing with your microphones.
Yeah, that's fun.
They
The
working?
two of
Yeah,
you
you're doing great.
get it. Hey,
That's great.
Stop it.
Doing it on my own.
Stop it.
Oh, what? I can't tell us to move on from the thing, but you can tell us to move on from the
Yeah,
sound
because
check we're
I'm
doing?
going crazy. You're up to
This is
the
fun.
two of you are
See
playing
if you
voice
can
tricks.
tell which if I'm doing it with the microphone
All right.
or not doing it with the
Well, I
microphone.
can tell. I have the headphones in. Tell me, though. I'll try.
No, but you won't know because I'll keep doing this with my thumb, so you won't know.
Okay.
Of course you know. He's got the headphones on.
You're doing the button. You're doing the button.
Okay, what?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's good.
What are you
I
two
see.
doing?
You can definitely tell.
Stop it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Stop. What are you two doing?
We're playing with the microphones.
Yeah,
I've
man, we're-
lost track of what's going on here. All right.
All right, let's move on to my story.
Okay.
I
What's
still had another question about this.
yeah.
D.B. Cooper
Okay.
thing.
Give me
All
your
right.
question.
Here's my all right. So why can't the pilots? Because they know latitude and longitude, kind of where they dropped him off.
No.
in some sense, right?
No, that's what was great about his plan. They don't know exactly where they dropped him off because he made them stay up there and opened the door, but then they couldn't see him jump out, so they have no
Right.
idea where
But-
he actually jumped.
So, but was he like, okay, you guys got to check on me, or they were just like, he's like, close the door the whole time?
Yeah, and then he jumped,
Or
and
I'll
they've
do the bomb.
So they've got some ideas.
Okay, that's a
but
smart
keep in
plan.
mind when you're going at that speed, you know, a couple seconds difference can mean a miles difference on the
Oh,
ground at
right,
that
right,
altitude.
right.
So you know, if you're
Plus, it's in Mexico, right? Then they got
no, they didn't go down. No, he jumped shortly after they took off. So they
Oh, so
mainly
they
look
just-
for him in Washington. They
Man,
think he's in
that's-
Washington.
This
we
guy's
should
great.
we should look into this, see if this guy is an illusionist. Because I think this is a magic. This
Oh,
is-
like that
I know a
movie.
magician when I see one. This guy's doing magic tricks. He was never on the plane.
Did you see that new movie that's coming out? Now you see it.
The
Or something like
Illusionist.
that? No, not the Illusionist.
The Illusionist. Yeah.
That's a great movie.
But that's
Great movie.
Oh, was that movie about crimes?
No, I don't know what it's about. I didn't see it, but I saw the preview. It looked great.
I saw Lord of Illusions. You remember that?
Lord of the Flies.
No. Okay.
There was no Lord of Illusions movie.
Yeah, there was. It was like a horror movie.
No, I know every movie.
Mad Dog, wasn't there a Lord of Illusions? Sounds right.
No one
it does
can-
sound right. Yeah.
It was definitely right. All right, well,
Uh,
let's go on to the next story. I'm going to devote myself to finding out this information.
well, I
about
think we
Lord of
should let
Illusions.
the listeners know Mad Dog is Greg and Anthony's roommate. He's another fantastic comedian. Just so you know who our characters are we're dealing with, right? Is that right?
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
be
yeah.
introducing people?
That's great, man.
Of
course.
So, yeah, but I love a noble criminal like that. That doesn't. Nobody was hurt. You know, what I mean, you could argue we're all victims when he's getting $200,000 from an insurance
Well,
company,
it's
but
not
I
in my
don't.
pocket.
I don't
No,
go
we're
in
not.
for that
No,
shit.
those-
I don't
yeah,
mind.
I'm for that.
I'm all for a guy doing a move like
Wait,
that.
200 grand was put up by an insurance company?
Well, eventually the insurance company paid out. So
The
the
plane.
airline paid out, but they have insurance against that
I-
kind of to
I
cover
would
that.
love
kind
it
of
if he's like an actual famous person. You know what I mean?
D.L.
That did
Hughley.
this, like-
That's what I imagine. It's D.L. Hughley who did it.
It's D.L. Hughley. Yeah.
Well, this guy would be,
find out.
you know, they think he was around 30. In
Now he's probably like 80.
74. So yeah.
Really? Is that math right on that? Because I just said any number.
Yeah, 30 for
40, 50, 60,
20.
70.
Yeah,
Look at this, man.
68.
They
Something like
found
that.
him?
Nope.
What? What do you
Lord of
got?
Illusions. Scott
Ah,
Bakula.
okay, Anthony
You
has
just
found.
showed me nothing. This is a blank
Did not
screen.
load yet.
This is a
Anthony-
blank screen.
It's got to load. Hold
has
on.
Anthony
Look,
has
man.
claimed that he found Lord of Illusions to exist. He then handed Greg a blank screen of his phone
No.
and then
No.
made
No.
up Scott Bakula.
No, there's a picture on it. Don't do that.
It's
Oh,
blank.
you're doing trickery.
This is a
blank.
classic
I'll show you.
DeVito hustle.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Lord of Illusions. Scott
I'm
Bakula.
gonna start
Kevin
calling
J.
you- I'm
O'Connor.
going to start calling you D.L. Hughley from now on with that trick.
Oh, that is true.
That's a compliment. Great comedian and terrific criminal.
That is true. But you know what I'm sorry. I dropped Anthony's
Fucking
phone.
phones, bro.
He's mad. But you
Your
know what I'm
case
talking
came
about? That kind of crime where it's like, you don't get enough of that anymore. The kind of like, it's fun. Nobody's hurt. It's a good caper for everyone to be
I love a
interested
good
in.
caper.
I love a caper.
You guys know I love stealing, but can I push us over to something that I allow me to say, did you guys see this preview for this movie, The Iceman?
No,
Oh, did I ever? Oh,
This guy's a maniac.
you didn't see now.
No.
Should we pause it, let him read it, and come back?
I can read it. You guys talk.
I
you
don't
have
think
to
we
be
know
part
how
of
to
it.
restart it.
Fuck.
No, I just hit pause.
Oh.
Did you
No,
hit pause?
don't do that.
We haven't been recording
We've
yet. Are we ready to
never
record?
Paused.
No. This has just been all warm up.
Hey, are you better be lying.
No, we're warming up so we can do the
He's
podcast.
lying. So this is a
Come
true
on, let's how you
story.
get 'em
Are
hot.
you fucking with us?
No, we're recording.
Oh, man.
I think. I don't know.
Be
That-
furious.
So this is a true story of the Iceman.
The Iceman Killer.
Richard Kuklinski. You don't know about
Kuklinski.
this guy?
I've never heard his
The
name.
best mafia hitman of all time.
Brendan,
Oh.
tell us about Kuklinski.
This guy is a psychopath. He. So who's in the movie, by the way?
Oh, it's played by Vince Neil.
No, it's not.
From Motley Crue? Oh, really?
Yeah.
What an interesting turn
Yeah, he's the
for
good
this
actor.
movie. Played by Vince Neil.
Chris Evans is the Ice Cream Man. The Ice Cream Man Killer.
Who's Chris Evans?
Chris Evans was Captain America. He plays this Ice Cream Man Killer.
I think that
who-
guy's a good actor.
He is.
I do.
Let me tell you what the Ice Cream Man did. He would teach you how to use cyanide and put it on your skin and kill you from afar.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Is this a true?
Yeah, Mr. Frosty. I think they went by the nickname of Frosty Man.
Is this a true?
You just
Yeah.
gave him like 8 nicknames.
No, usually-
You said the Ice Cream Man
Now,
Killer.
the facts
Mr.
might-
Frosty,
He was
Mr. Frosty Man.
officially Mr. Frosty, but he
Yeah.
went by the nickname
Listen.
Frosty Man.
Sometimes people
I'm
just call him
throwing a
Cold
lot
Bones.
out there, but somewhere in what I'm saying there is some truth.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Okay.
know exact specifics, but there's an Ice Cream Man Killer that was his friend. They were friends, 2 killers. They would hang out, and he taught him all the ways to use different types of they're 2 psychopaths talking about killing people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Where-
great. He taught him how to use cyanide.
So Kuklinski,
This guy's a contract killer.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's the most prolific mafia hitman of all time.
I got scared that I might have been related to him.
Worked for the how do you say the Newark crime family?
Gambinos.
DeCavalcante?
Oh, I don't know, but he worked for the Gambinos
and then he
as well.
worked for the 5 families in New York and that Newark family. Now his claims
I gotta piss.
his claims of how many people he murdered vary from between 100 and 250 people. Anthony's going to the restroom. But this guy is prolific, Greg.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
get
yeah,
a
yeah.
you don't get a murderer like that anymore.
You don't. I'll tell you why. Hold on a second. Hold on. We're going to do a commercial break real quick.
All right. Well, today's episode is brought to you. Fuck, they're always leaving me out there like this.
You got your phone?
I mean, it's a beautiful sunny day. Nobody's paying attention to what's
Well,
going
let's
on
get
with
into
the cast
tell us
anymore.
the Frosty Mike ice cream guy. Look up him. He's good.
Look up the Frosty ice cream guy.
Jesus Christ!
Oh
I think
man,
I just
our
broke the
recorder
machine.
fell down.
Oh no, because I have too many goddamn wires.
We play fast and loose on the Rad Dudecast.
Oh no, we're still recording. We're
We
still
hot?
good. Yeah, we're hot. We're hot. Look at the Frosty Man here. Let me see this.
Yeah, look up the Frosty man.
He's
for
here.
you.
I'll give you a little reading on him.
Yeah.
This guy, a real maniac.
That's not the Frosty man. That's
No, but he's
Richard
in here.
Kuklinski.
His friend. Let's see. He went by the cyanide. I like cyanide.
I
How do
saw
you get cyanide? Do you know?
cyanide. No, you can't get your hands on that. Yeah, you can't. That's you're gonna have to go through quite a process to get your hands on some cyanide. I saw Iron Man 3.
That sucked.
Did I tell you that?
liked
I
it?
loved it.
No, it was bad.
I loved it. Yeah, come on back.
Hey,
'cause
if
we're-
you could kill somebody, how would you kill them?
well, here's the thing. I'm not a killer. Someone
Obviously,
would have
but you
to
have
wrong,
to kill somebody.
Someone would have to. No, I'm not saying I wouldn't kill someone.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not a killer. Okay.
You killed that mouse.
Yeah, I did kill a mouse. But if someone wronged my family or my loved ones in a serious way, I could be driven to kill. And I think I would go with some sort of close quarters combat scenario, like a
Like a bunch of fists to the face?
like a wooden staff.
We could kill someone with a staff.
Yeah,
You
No,
don't
but then I
have
get-
it.
like
You
a
get
sort
the
of
wood, and I could find you easily with that.
what?
Let me tell you the perfect way to kill somebody.
All right.
All right, here's what you do. You lock them in a room, all right, and then they just die. And then you open the door. And then when they come to see what happened to this guy, oh, he just died.
Lot of. First of all, I like it, but there's going to be a lot of complications you're going to have to deal with in that.
Name
It's not
some.
as easy as it sounds. First of all, you're looking at full soundproofing. Okay?
Sure, easy.
Where are you doing this?
You get a bunch of mattress covers, those egg crates.
Mm-hmm.
You egg crate the whole wall, all right, from the outside or
Right.
the inside, all right, and then you go, hey, man, I got all these treats for you.
Ooh.
Go in there. He's got only 1 day supply of treats because you don't want him surviving too long on these treats unless he's really good at eating a
Well,
little
what if
bit
he
of it.
rations the treats out?
So
But he thinks he's getting out. You're like, the door's jammed. Eat those treats while I find the lock.
just so I'm
Eat 'em real
clear, this person that you're murdering is a puppy dog?
I'm not murdering him. Time is murdering him.
That's he's going after treats?
Yeah, well, what you do is, Brendan, easy for you. I'm not saying I would ever kill you, but here's
Right.
what I do. Brendan, Jesus Christ, I got all this Diet Coke.
I love Diet Coke.
I got like 6
listeners.
cases of Diet Coke in there. You go in there, right? I slam the door on you. And then you go, Greg, the door's slammed. And then I go, Jesus Christ, it's locked out here. I got to go get a locksmith. Drink all the Cokes you can. Enjoy yourself. You drink them up real quick. I'm gone for 45 days. I think that's about how long it takes for someone to
Yeah.
die.
Uh-huh.
This is an ice locker. So you're, eventually time kills you.
Mm-hmm.
Then I open the door. Cops come in. They say, this man has been dead from just hanging out without really of his own accord. He died from not eating.
Okay, let me throw this at you.
Uh-huh.
I hope you have $8,000 because that's what it's going to cost to get a steel reinforced door that I will be unable to kick down.
Well, I'm not
Have
saying
you seen my kicking strength?
And that's why I would never try to kill you. I know that that's something, that's biting off more than I could chew. But
Right.
I'm saying a lesser man. I prepare for you because everyone is at a lower level.
Thank you.
So you just get
Thank
like
you.
one of these, these smokehouse bandits in there.
Still, I still see trouble in your thing. Because where are you doing this? And when I say I see trouble, I'm not trying to shit on your idea.
Sure.
I like it. I'm trying to make
fix
sure,
it.
consider all the angles.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to get halfway through the plan. You're out of luck. Where are you doing this here?
All right, let me fix this one up. This is what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to dig a 30-foot hole in the basement, right? Cover it with a bunch of leaves. I don't know why you're laughing. This is a perfect plan.
Because that's a huge hole.
Huge.
very
30
deep.
feet.
It matters if I want to kill you, I'm going to have this kind of passion. And here's a good thing about that is if I'm at 28 feet and I'm like, this isn't worth it. That's like, then maybe you shouldn't be killing this guy.
Well, not
but if
only
I'm
that-
digging 30 feet, you got the passion, and that means that's how I judge whether you're ready to die. If I'm willing to dig with my hands 30 feet,
Your hands.
and a shovel maybe, no shovels.
Here's what I see.
Long
happening.
fingernails.
I see this happening,
Uh-huh.
and I might want to get started on this today. The three of us are digging this 30-foot kill hole,
10 feet all,
right?
each.
We're digging a 30-foot kill hole.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we're done. We realize, hey, we don't need to kill anyone. We've now got a new 30-foot ceilinged apartment. This is beautiful. Enough with the murder game. Let's live down here.
Fill this thing with
in this
water.
hole.
Nice
Now,
little
see, that's the
pool.
problem. The hole I'm talking about is literally only 3 foot by 3, only enough so that you can't even turn around.
Like a mine
A
shaft.
thin
almost.
hole. No, like it's straight, narrow. So only if you have to fall in it directly standing up.
But that's the thing. If you have a hole that's like that small,
Yeah.
then you can kind of walk up it like Jackie Chan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not fighting Jackie Chan. I'm going after
Dude,
this fat
anybody
kid
can
who
do
beat
that.
me up in 6th grade.
Anybody can walk up a hole.
All right.
Like
Let
if
me
it's
just
that
say-
tiny. That's
Well,
what I
I'm
mean.
filling it with water before you're even starting to climb.
Oh, you swim to the top.
Hot water.
No.
Boiling
First
hot
of all,
water.
you
All right,
can't.
well-
No. I think you're
Okay.
wrong, Anthony. I don't think you'd be able to climb up that hole.
You don't think so?
Well, first of all, I think
too
the
tight.
drop alone would hurt you,
Yeah.
and
What?
then it's tight, man. Like that, you're dealing
You do
that
the-
tight
you do
in
the
there.
back?
You're going to be wedged, some kind of James Franco 127 hours situation. Next thing you know, you're biting off your own arm.
Yeah, but what if you do the you got the 2 legs going up it with the back along the
No,
wall.
because mine is too thin.
If in the next couple of weeks we get some kind of narrow hole killer in the tri-state area, we're going to be fucked.
No, well,
because
Then it'll
we're.
take longer than
I mean,
that
if
to dig a 30-foot hole. He's doing it barehanded with
no,
his
but
long
I'm saying,
fingernails, that's what he
say
said.
we're putting this out there,
Yeah.
and then just randomly some guy
Oh,
happens
oh,
to get
yeah,
on
yeah,
this
yeah.
track on his own.
Yeah, that's
it's
bad
not
news.
going to look good for us, boys.
Well, maybe we should also throw in like a contingent. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you got to be working an alibi at all times. At all times, you have to have an alibi. I write in my diary every day, telling people what I'll be doing for the day. And then I wrote, at the end of the day, I wrote, check, did all those things. This way, if someone says, where were you? Look at my diary. It says it right here. I was at Sears.
Is that generally accepted in the court of justice?
Never been to court.
The accused murderer's diary with check marks next to what he did. And maybe if every day you leave you write on your list, murder someone, and then don't check that one off. Don't check that one
What
off.
also you do is you get a newspaper for every day of the week, right? And then Friday, you just take a picture with every one of those day newspapers. And then they say, look, I got the newspaper in my hand right here this day.
Just to prove that you could not be guilty of any crime which took all of the 24 hours. If there was, as long as you had 3 seconds to take the picture, you're not committing a crime.
Let me bite this one off. If you're a twin, you have the same DNA. So a twin can murder someone.
Yeah.
And then
That's true.
disappear. So I got this twin that nobody knows about.
Now you've hit on something.
That's a real thing.
You've hit on something big that I've always said. If I ever had twins, that's rule number
tell
1
anybody.
about having twins. Never tell anyone you had twins. You take one out of that hospital immediately, get it home, and then you raise them up as one person. That's 2 people doing the work of one person for the rest of their life. Just
yeah.
I mean, they'll be famous.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Famous.
Easy.
Here's the thing. Can I tell you a fun story that I did when I went to Burn Community College?
Like, there's 6 Lucas brothers.
When I went to Burn Community College, every Tuesday.
That was on the mic. That was
No, it was off the mic. No one heard it.
Really?
I don't know. I'm not like I'm checking sound here. Every Thursday, I had this class. All right, I believe it was algebra. I'm not really sure what it was.
Yeah.
But I would always dress up in a turtleneck and tight jeans. I would wear this outfit that I would only wear that day. Same outfit every time. And then all the other people I would meet, I'd always be like, I would ignore all my friends. I'd ignore everybody I knew in the college. So then people would see me like, Greg, I saw you yesterday. And I was like, that wasn't me. That was my brother Chad. And I had a picture in my car of me in that outfit, and then to tell everybody I had a twin brother. So then that day, I got to do whatever I wanted with no repercussions, except the kids in the class knew that my name was Greg because of that whole thing. But I didn't.
What did you do?
Fit in with them. Nothing big. I just kind of would be rude to people, and
then be like, "Oh, fucking Chad again."
Well, I would not be that rude, but I'd mostly just eat things that I wouldn't normally eat. Just get to be this other person on the inside. I don't usually like mushrooms, but I'd eat mushrooms because Chad loved mushrooms. So I would
Even
do
though
this
you would suffer through mushrooms.
Yes, Chad loved them. This is a true story, by the way.
All right, so we got to get at some of our advice. The listeners are loving our advice we hand out.
Are you gonna turn the TV on? Yeah. I'm
Of course you can.
I would
It's your
turn the
it's
TV
your
on.
house.
I don't care.
But I'm eating mushrooms.
Chad loves mushrooms.
Chad loves mushrooms. What is that?
He's making some kind of diarrhea dish.
That looks really good.
Mushrooms,
Ugh.
red pepper,
That's great.
jalapenos,
That's great.
avocado,
Man.
3 egg whites, 1 whole.
Brendan, we're on radio silence right now.
Is
You
there
know
any-
that, right?
What's that?
We're on radio
it's-
silence because no one
I
can
did.
hear that
Somebody,
joke.
my advice, the advice we were going to answer for today got closed, so I got to
Jingle
open back
jangle.
up.
We need
you
a
guys-
producer. We need someone who can
We do.
have these things ready
We
for
do.
us.
That'd be great.
What is you got, paint?
What? I got toothpaste.
So here's a
We
guy.
drop your Facebook at the end.
Let me see if I can find this. If you guys could just talk amongst yourselves while I
How would you
find
kill
our-
someone? You ever think about
Man,
that?
I don't know. No, I don't. I never really thought about it, I guess.
You never thought about killing a man.
I mean, I have thought about that.
Who?
It's always just been specific situations. So whatever's around me, I would just use that. Like if I was angry at somebody and I was in a car, then I would just hit them with my car. I've never had like a thorough plan on its own. You know what I mean? I don't know. A sword. I feel like that's so
Do people
personal.
still say,
though, I
is
feel like.
icicle still the number one way to kill someone and get away with it? An icicle?
Yeah, that's pretty much agreed upon. You want to come off scot-free, you use an icicle.
I think that's still. I think that leaving people alone. Because I always thought the Count of Monte Cristo was one of my favorite stories. You know that story where he waits 30 years and then he locks a man in a closet. He says, "Hey, check
I
out this
love
fine
that. I
wine
love
I
an
have."
old-
And the guy's checking out the wine. Next thing you know, this guy's bricking up the wall behind him.
Yep.
That's like
I don't
your
know how he
idea.
got away.
though.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said.
That's your idea.
Let time, because he got away scot-free because he didn't kill that man. Time killed that man.
But let me
I
just
don't know
be
about
honest with
this
you.
defense.
Right, that's not the
court of law.
defense. That's you're kind of on a like I didn't kill that man. The rope that I strangled
Right.
him with
Get red
is
mad
the
at
real
rope
murderer.
maker, not me.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: if a man follows me into a forest, and then I run away, getting out of the forest, and he gets lost in the forest and dies, did I kill that man?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, but
that's how I'll kill him.
If you lock a man, that's how you'll do it. You'll get a real.
Lead him into a mirror house, one of those mirror houses.
Oh, that's a classic move.
And what, he just dies by confusion?
He dies
Because he can't get out.
of time. Time will murder him because
Yeah, but if they find out that you had intent to bring him in there, then they're going to nab you.
first off, Chad is off the grid.
Well, you eat a bunch of mushrooms and they're like, oh, it's clearly Chad.
Yeah.
That is not. Everyone knows Greg hates mushrooms.
I got to erase this podcast.
All right,
it's
so
ruining my alibi.
let's wait. Yeah, that's true. We are all up Shit's Creek on our murder plans. So we gotta give
Funny
out our
because of the
advice.
burping.
Give me some water.
Then you
Hey,
burped a
hey,
bunch.
burpees. Let's give out our advice. You know the listeners like our advice.
They will.
Hold on, Mad Dog's got a note for you. I think, Greg. Is that?
Get me some water. Did you write this here?
No, not especially not if you ask me like that. You just ordered.
That's not nice. Yeah.
That says the cask of a Montella. That's what I said. Oh, the cast of a Montella.
Wait.
Get me some water.
Oh my God!
You're
You
up.
have to be out of
Okay,
your fucking
hey,
mind asking.
You
me.
got the longest
listen,
wire.
you two ladies. Listen.
Never.
First of all,
Never,
be friendly
please.
to each other.
I said
hey,
please.
Ask me.
they're arguing about how they asked
Didn't
for
I
water.
ask you?
You demanded twice. I get
Anthony,
you water.
Anthony,
Can I have a glass of water, please?
Anthony,
What?
the listeners count on us for our advice.
We're gonna give
You,
the
all right,
advice.
but yell at him too. Don't just yell at me.
No,
me
because
finish
I'm
what
thinking
I'm working on.
when this bull is enraged, I can't talk to him. He's mad at you
Well,
for the
guess
way
what? Now I can't
you
talk to
asked.
you.
for-
Can't talk to me either.
You asked.
Motherfucker.
Not over the mixer.
No.
This podcast, ladies and gentlemen, this is
I've
why
been
this
mad
is the
since
number
burping
one rated
thing, and now
podcast
the water
every week.
situation has
This
got me
is what you
Can
come
you
back
please
for.
get me some water?
This
How hard was
is
that?
the
How hard was
magic.
that?
I said that 3 times.
No, you didn't. You ordered me twice.
This
Ordered you.
You
What am I, an
ordered-
aardvark?
you ordered
is the
me.
magic you come to expect from the Rad Dudecast, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, now, if
Big let. You're gonna give it to me in a bowl?
Yep, like the cat that
give
you
them
are.
the water in the
You
bowl.
know I hate cats.
Greg,
Yep.
can I get your advice on this, though?
Yeah, I'd love to get some advice. Come on, I don't want it in a bowl.
Well, that's what you're getting.
Anthony's
And it's
bringing
barely
Greg
any
water. in a
water.
You
bowl.
treated me. It's all the water
That's
you deserve.
barely any water. Give me the goddamn
I
water.
don't-
Please. Give me this goddamn water, you pussy. Thank
It's
you.
an honor.
I got it.
Okay,
Keep
fighting
honoring
over
me.
water. Okay, now, so,
Drinking out of a bowl, you fucking cat.
gentlemen,
That's good. No, a cat can't hold a bowl. I'm obviously holding this bowl.
You don't know cats that well.
I hate cats, and you know that.
I don't care about you.
okay. So, listener WTF Mate 928 writes in to us.
Our podcast is falling apart, and you don't even care.
What do you mean falling apart?
Oh, I'm enraged with him.
yeah,
And
that-
I'm enraged with him.
Yeah, and it's great radio. People love it. I get emails every week. The banter, the tension between Anthony and Greg is off the charts, and I love it. But they do want our advice. They want our advice. Greg's so mad because Anthony brought him.
Get a straw, maybe.
Anthony brought him water in a bowl. Greg's mad at it, but
It wasn't empty.
well, your faucet has problems.
Also that.
Anyway, we're
don't wanna
running
overwork that thing.
we're running slim on time. Let's get
Oh, I think we're definitely going double episode.
Let-
But we got to get to this advice. Some guy's
let's
hanging
get
on
at
the
this.
wire.
Yeah, some guy's hanging on the wire.
He doesn't give a shit.
WTF Mate 928 writes in, not to us. She writes into Reddit, but we're, as usual, we have to save the day, clean up their mess. She's a 27-year-old female dating a 29-year-old male. Okay? I've been with my boyfriend for about 5 months. Things have been fine, but sometimes I feel like I'm selling myself short. Since he lives with his mom, never went to college, and doesn't seem like he has big plans for the future.
Which he's mad because he didn't go to college? That's
Not
the question?
yet. Hold on.
I didn't
we-
go to college. Look at me. I'm doing great.
But we always have
Drinking water out
fun.
of a bowl.
But we always have fun, and he treats me nice, so things have been okay. Okay, so she's okay with that part. Well, last weekend, he was away on a trip with some friends, and he pocket dialed me. I heard him laughing it up with some girls and telling them to come back to his place.
You got friends that are girls.
I was so upset
wrong
and
with that?
confronted him. He said he felt like a jerk, but would never go past just talking. I never felt like he would be the type of guy to cheat. Maybe attention-seeking, but that's it. I'm not sure how to handle it, and I'm going to be seeing him soon.
What's
Help.
to handle? There's nothing going on.
Yeah, he's fine. Trust your boyfriend, you
Yeah,
dumb
exactly.
pig.
What's wrong with you? It's insecurity on your part. That's got nothing to do with him.
My insecurity is that you refuse to keep the microphone in front of your mouth.
Hold on. Let me
Because
flip-
then maybe I'll burp again, and then Brendan gets mad.
I didn't get mad. I was laughing.
You're yelling
That's fine.
right now, aren't you?
This
That's
podcast.
a good point, Greg.
This guy's furious.
Here, let me flip the
He
tables
should have got
on
the bowl
you,
of
though.
water. You deserved a glass.
Yeah, I deserve a glass. Give this guy a bowl of milk.
Here's the thing, though.
Cow-like
Coming right
attitude.
up.
Here's the thing, though.
Bowl of wheat.
Try that on me because I'll say thank you. I love water out of a bowl. I'll say thank you. That's great. Sometimes glasses are too narrow of an entrance for me.
Oh my God,
Now, let me flip the.
Like Greg's hole.
Let me.
I never hit record.
He did hit record. Let me flip the charts on you.
So
Sure.
angry.
Say your significant other is away. She's on a weekend. She pocket dials you.
Carla Gugino, she's so hot.
Who is this girl?
Let me
She's
ask you
very
guys
The
beautiful.
one
something.
from Sin City.
Are
the
you-
loser.
Oh my
You're
God,
just looking up
Carla Gugino.
She does
Hell,
seem, yeah. She
hold
does
on.
seem like a
Carla
question.
Gugino.
Hold on.
I'm not holding anything except this woman's
I'm
titty.
asking
Why don't you hold a
relevant
bowl of water?
questions, and you gentlemen are just looking up pictures of attractive actresses?
Not looking
Yeah,
up.
we're not looking. She's posting to Anthony's page. I think she likes
Who
him.
is she?
Come on, now,
Carla
that's gonna
Gugino.
say stuff like
She's
that.
in the movie.
She's an actress
Sin City.
from Sin City.
Oh,
It
Sin
was
City,
on-
great movie.
Somebody on my Facebook feed had put a picture of her on there.
Yeah, she looks like my ex-girlfriend Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Carrie was a very nice girl. I think she's married now. I have
How many
Tita.
of your-
Tita's a great girl.
How many people that you've dated in the past, between all of us, how many people we've dated are now married? I don't think I have anyone.
None of mine are.
Just one for me.
Yeah.
You date? Oh yeah, the girl. Tell us that story. How you were a real flounder in the bed.
Man,
I don't think you.
I wasn't a flounder in the bed. It was years ago. There was no flounder. Unbelievable, man.
Everyone
Flounder.
knows a real flounder.
I'm no flounder. In
Yeah,
the bed.
all the girls tell me because you flip flop. Bloop, bloop. I
Unbelievable.
don't know if that makes sense.
That's
Well, I'm
rough.
sorry. I love you, but
That's not rough because it's not true. It doesn't matter.
No, I've
I also
never
don't know that it
thought
makes
you were a flounder
that's
in
a
the
thing.
bed.
No one
If you were
thinks
any
that.
kind of fish in the bed, I'd say you'd be maybe a
Kind of trout.
pike.
A pike.
You know, with the
no,
teeth.
I'm Pike because I'm Kirk.
This is a whole nother
Admiral Pike.
conversation. This is a ridiculous conversation.
You're
I
Admiral-
don't want to get involved.
Now, Mad Dog is Admiral Pike. I'm
No,
Captain
he's
Kirk.
Bones.
Oh,
He
that's
made
Bones.
the goddamn game up because he wants to be Bones, and he's Bones.
Who
What's
would
the
Brendan
game?
be?
You
What's the
said
game?
you're Kirk.
Said I want to. No way, I'm not.
What's the game?
It's no game. It's who I am in the Star Trek movie, which is Captain Kirk.
Yes, you're Bones.
He's
I'm
Spock.
Worf.
Worf wasn't in the movie,
Hell,
but you
why
could be.
didn't
Yeah, you
me
definitely
being
are
Spock?
Worf.
He just said, put me
Warlike
in the movie.
He is Worf.
I'm
he is
Worf.
definitely a guy who comes from a warlike
Worf.
path.
Oh, we're doing other characters from the other shows.
Well, I haven't
Not
seen
usually.
the movie
Why
yet.
You
can't
didn't
I
see
be
Star Trek 1?
Picard, man, that guy was
Yeah,
a
I'm
leader.
Worf.
You didn't see Star Trek 1.
I
Worf
did
wasn't
see
in it.
Star Trek 1.
Worf wasn't in it.
Well,
Worf's
but
not
he's
in
in the
it.
universe.
No, different
So is
timeline.
Whoopi Goldberg, but come on.
Khan. You're Khan.
Hey, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God, that
I
guy's
thought-
great.
Well, he's not on
No,
their
he's
team.
Roberto Montalban.
I'm on the team
You're
with
just
you guys.
Ricardo Montalban. You're not even an actor. You're just the actor.
No,
Ricardo
I wanted to be
Montalban.
on the team.
Yeah, so do I,
Yeah.
but they just stick you
Who
with
are
other
you?
characters. I'm Spock because they needed a Spock.
I'm Darth
That's all this
Maul.
was.
Darth Maul's in Star Wars. I
I'm
will
Darth Maul.
fucking throw
Yeah,
this podcast
You
out
are
the window.
Darth Maul.
I'm Darth
No,
Maul.
that's Star Wars. It's a different
What
place.
about this guy with his
Oh,
girlfriend?
You
Oh,
know
what happened
who
with this
I
guy's
like?
with girlfriend?
I like
Uhura?
This girl,
uh,
but that's ridiculous.
I'd
She
love to
shouldn't
be
act like this.
Wolverine.
Yeah, right. First off, if we're talking
I kind
Marvel
of think you're
characters,
like a Wolverine.
I am like a
Yeah, I
Wolverine,
think so.
aren't I?
you're kind of like Wolverine. But then who am I?
You're more of a. I see you.
Don't you dare.
Maybe.
You're the
maybe
striker.
You.
I'm not
Wolverine.
Stryker.
Ooh, you might be Xavier.
Hey, first off,
Oh my, that's the
yes,
craziest thing
I
I've
have
ever
a
heard.
giant brain. Yes. Two, but I have the walks. I
No,
can walk.
no, I know, but if we're talking
The walks.
personality-wise.
The walks.
Xavier.
Where you're-
You have the walks.
I can walk. First off,
How are you taking Xavier as an insult? That
one
is the
because
highest
I'm
level
a brawler.
compliment.
I am obviously a brawler and a born leader.
You might be.
Juggernaut. Yeah, but that's.
In the X-Men movie, I'm none of those people because they kind of fell asleep on the movies.
Who's
But we're-
Anthony?
Anthony, Taliban. I don't know. Beast. Yeah, he's got
maybe
right
Beast.
Beast?
This guy.
I'll
no,
take that.
You're not Beast.
Why not? Smart.
You're not smart.
He does have glasses.
He's a lot of hair.
He does have
You're
glasses.
kind of like Beast.
That's a good move to wear the glasses. People think,
I got a lot
No,
going on.
you're
lot going on.
definitely Emma Frost because you show no emotions and you're a flounder in bed.
She's not. You think she's a flounder in bed?
Yeah, she's not given because she's getting by on her looks, and people are just she's just laying there like a,
That's not
like
me,
a
man.
snow-
I'm all over the walls in bed.
I think,
I'm like
Greg, you're
Nightcrawler in
kind
bed.
of a Samantha.
Teleporting.
Samantha.
I'm doing things.
Yeah, we're doing Sex at the City.
First
right?
off, which
Yeah.
is the one from Porky's? I'm that one.
Oh, Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, that's Samantha.
All right, I'll be her. She's dirty. Like, I'm dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm. I don't want to be the redhead, but I might be. No, I want to be the
Nichols. What's her name? Is her name Nichols?
Yeah, her name's
Yeah,
Nichols.
Nichols
I don't
Keaton.
know anything about the show.
Yeah, what's her name?
Nichols.
No, no. I think it's Dime.
Which one of the
Miranda.
Where did I get Nichols?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of times you won't
Pennies are
get people
copper.
named after change.
If we're
Nichols.
talking City Slickers, I'm Duke.
Is that Jack Palance?
Yep. Palance. You're
sure?
Bill.
No, that's Curly as Jack Palance.
Nah.
Yeah.
City Slickers
Duke.
2. Duke was his brother. He came back. I'm the-
Sleeps with his eyes open, or he thought he slept with his eyes open,
was
but he
dead.
was dead.
a
classic
great
cowboy
joke.
trick.
I think that's a great joke.
That's a good joke.
Oh man, I
Man.
totally forgot.
You're probably George Mirasan in My Giant.
I think Anthony is the kid who fucks Stifler's mom in American Pie. What's that kid?
McLovin.
Shermanator.
Finch.
McLovin.
Oh,
You're
Finch.
Finch.
I'll take
Finch.
that. I'll
That's
take
good.
that.
He's
yeah.
always
I
constipated, that
very
Finch.
sophisticated.
This is a sense
Always-
of we're gonna cruise out of this one because this leads back to how I used to get bullied in high school.
What did they say to you?
And I don't want to talk about that.
What did they say to you? Oh boy, we're running long today. I
That's
think.
all right. We'll cut it into 2 episodes.
I think I think we're gonna
I
wrap
think
up
we're
this episode.
run-
No, we're
right
not.
into
We're
the
keep
next-
going. Let's keep going.
No, because I
Well,
don't know.
tell your
Come on, man.
story.
I don't know how to edit anything.
All right. Look.
Hold on.
No, because I want to talk about how
can't.
I got bullied in high school.
Okay,
right,
tell
tell
that.
the
Then we're
story,
gonna
and
wrap
then
it
we have
because
to
I don't
end
know
it.
how to edit anything.
I used to get bullied in high school. I bullied because I'd kick everybody's ass because
That's
I'm
for
a natural
sure.
born leader, and
Yeah.
I'm like Kirk. So if people try to bully me, I'd
It's
beat them up.
unbelievable.
But what they tried to do was say I look like the guy from American Pie. I hated
Jason
that.
Biggs.
Oh, Jason Biggs.
I used to get that every now and again.
You
too.
got that?
Yeah, when I had shorter hair. I
No.
got that.
No.
Everything you have, he tries to take.
He
Oh,
is. He does.
Everything.
Remember
Remember
you're
when
so
you
quick
had the
to go, but seen side to side.
Remember when you had? Yeah, I do. I really just start. I'm really just you. It,
You do.
It
You
seems
try to
like
take
I'm the
everything I
calm
have.
one on this podcast. Really, I'm roiling up everything.
I got long hair. You got long hair. I
I
have glasses.
did.
You have glasses.
You don't really have long hair. I have vision problems. That's why I have glasses.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, that is true.
I bet you if
have
anyone puts those
astigmatism.
glasses on, it's just astigmatism.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you have a stigma, and it's trying to be me. That's a good word.
That was good. That was a good
That was
wordplay
pretty
you
good,
did.
but-
All right, that's the Rad
I don't
Dude
sleep with
cast.
cheese in my mouth.
That's true. Burned him on that one. That's the Rad Dude cast episode for today. Let me make sure we take care of some business. Definitely email us with any of your questions.
Everything I have to
at
say.
Just wait.
The Rad
No one's
Dude.
checking this email either.
I'm checking the
Not with
email.
that fucking
I
attitude.
check the email. Email us at theraddudecast@gmail.com. Follow us.
But no one is going to check.
Follow
that,
us
so
on at
Might as
the
well
Rad Dudecast on Twitter.
Call Anthony at 201-495-3958. I can't remember.
No, that's about right.
Or else call whoever that person is.
I do have to say one thing
Yeah,
before
go
we go.
ahead.
I know this is emergency, but I'm in a current war with Jay Miller, who is a guy. He sucks. He's trying to beat me to 1,000 followers. Follow me on Twitter, Greg Stone _. I'm at 950. I need some
Oh,
followers.
he's got to
Please
get there,
me to
guys.
1,000.
At Greg Stone _ on Twitter. Do it. Anyone got any plugs?
Did
this
you
is
do
going to
the
drop
email thing?
tomorrow. I did the email.
No
email
one's
us any of your
emailing.
questions
No
for the
one's got
show.
an email.
Follow the show on Twitter. Anyone got any big shows coming up they want to plug?
Mad Dog. You got anything?
Mad Dog. Yeah, what is Mad Dog in a bit? June 13th.
June-
MSG the bracket.
MS3, the bracket with Mad
Check
Dog.
out the bracket on June 13th.
and on the road every Monday at the Creek of the Cave at 9:30.
And
I'm hitting stop.
who's on the show next week?
Ryan Singer.
Right.
Okay.
He directed X-Men.
Yep, Director of X-Men on next week. All right, that's been the Rad Dude cast for today. Later.